the Shoes crew. Micah Shrewsbury as the opening tip. Gone into the backcourt, so that's one way to start a game and a new year. Despite the recent struggles of the Iowa offense, they still average over 80 points per game, second most in the Big Ten. So ordinarily they can score, although they certainly have not lately as well, especially against Nebraska and Lincoln. But a good start for Rebraca as he's on the board for the Hawkeyes.
Really playing well lately. 2 double-doubles in his last 5 outings. A guy that is very efficient shooting the basketball, north of 60% conversion rate. Really like him going at the freshman, forcing Penn State to react defensively.
He shot over 70% over his last 5 games, so more efficient even than usual for Rebraca lately. This is Seth Lundy headed to the basket. That one just couldn't fall for Lundy. Instead, it goes to Murray for Iowa. Rebraca travels to give it back to the Nittany Lions.
That's not where he's at his best. Wayne is running the floor, waits for him to get set, then hit him on the secondary break with the post feed.
Into the hands of Pickett. The game he had against Quinnipiac to be the Big Ten Player of the Week. He has the first bucket tonight for Penn State.
You know, he just plays at his own pace and is able to get seemingly anywhere he wants to on the floor. Great example right there.
Not in a quick jumper, a little bit too strong from Tony Perkins. And Jai flies up for the rebound. He averages 4 of those per game. Pickett got tangled up with Jai.
We got a mismatch here. Look for Pickett to try to take. I thought he was going to take him.
Fired it down low off the hand of Jai, but you saw that mismatch and Pickett didn't go for it.
I mean, Lundy is just hounding Murray.
Lundy, a great defender anyway, and all over Chris Murray here. Murray does get a shot off, but it's wide. And Pickett grabs the rebound for Penn State.
Good help there by the freshman Jai.
Pickett takes it down inside this time. Not committing yet as he falls away, and the jumper rolls through. Jalen Pickett has scored the first 4 for Penn State.
Chronologically, he may be in his 20s, but game-wise, he's in his 40s in terms of his ability to understand space, pace, and the ability to get anywhere he wants to on the floor.
As Murray makes that second free throw, makes them both for the Hawkeyes.
And that's where, if you're Iowa, you want to get there a lot more than you did last time out against Nebraska. They averaged 16 made free throws per ball game, only 8 attempts last time out.
And as you said, it cost them. A lot of things cost them against Nebraska. They just couldn't shoot against the Cornhuskers.
19-73, that's tough to overcome, and they missed 25 of their first 28 shots from the floor.
That's hard to believe. 3 for 28. This is a 3 from McCaffrey. A little bit too strong. Rebound though, and a jumper falls for Tony Perkins.
And that's been an area of concern for the Nittany Lions. They don't get a lot of offensive rebounds in their own right, only 6 per game. That's an area where Iowa really makes a lot of hay. They get about 13 offensive boards per ball game, second in the conference.
Penn State actually has a negative rebounding margin for the season. There's a free throw line jumper from Pickett. He's got all 6 now for the Nittany Lions. Perkins runs the floor, finds a cutting McCaffrey. McCaffrey hits some resistance and sends it back out.
Nice job by Andrew Funk.
Murray catch and shoot 3. That one doesn't fall. And Pickett gets the rebound.
Nice run by there by Lundy. He understood that Murray's a left-handed shooter, and rather than run what traditionally would be a right-handed shot, he attacked the left-handed shooting pocket and gave Murray something to shoot over.
Pickett gets rid of it. Lundy for 3. Neither team has made one from downtown yet.
If you're Iowa, we need to get something going toward the basket, and they can do that now with Rebraca against the freshman.
Some help from Funk on the double team. Ulis working up against Cameron Winter, who held. And now to the basket. Perkins goes strong off the glass. Iowa now 3 for their first 7, so that's a lot better than 3 for 28 as they were against Nebraska the other night. Funk runs into a wall. The ball ends up out of bounds.
swim move, and they caught him for the offensive foul.
First foul against Iowa today. Pickens spun around Perkins and ended up catching Rebraca. Mentioned that was a mismatch earlier. Rebraca held up there and forced to travel. Tomorrow at 4 Eastern, only on Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. A lot of excitement around here for Penn State in the Rose Bowl tomorrow against Utah. Rebraca backs his way around 2 or 3 Nittany Lions. Can't finish though, and the rebound gets tipped to Winter.
Nice head fake, but went up, didn't have his legs underneath him.
Winter gets around. His three is good. Cameron Winter, the second three for Penn State.
He's 37% from behind the arc, and you also don't want to foul him. He's north of a 90% foul shooter for the Nittany Lions.
It's 37%, Funk over 40. You have Lundy at 41. So these guys can really shoot. Miles Dredd, 45% from three-point range. All dangerous behind the arc, as Winter made that one. Shot clock at 6 for Pat McCaffrey. Now Perkins stops and pops. His jumper way off. Shot clock still going as Murray gets it off right before the buzzer and knocks it through.
Yeah, Iowa very fortunate he was able to get that off. Since it did not draw iron, the shot clock did not reset. He got that up with just about a second to go. A rare second chance opportunity for Iowa, and much needed.
Murray, the second best rebounder in the Big Ten, averaging close to 10 per game. Able to get one plus the bucket there. Pickett with the turnaround hook. He has 8 points.
I mean, they're just clearing out and letting him go one-on-one. That is very, very clearly the precedent they're trying to set.
Perkins was cutting to the basket and then fouled. Inbound to Murray. Quick shot as he fades away and connects.
They're as good, if not the best team in the country in terms of scoring on those situations. Excellent use of the curl. They had another similar opportunity, but Perkins earlier in the half just not able to knock down the jump shot off an identical play.
How much of that comes from the head coach? Good feed down low as Mahaffey turns it out to Dredd. Shot clock at 5. Pickett's clearing the way, working against Rebraca. Shot clock winding. Pickett falls away. His jumper good. Boy, Jalen Pickett just finding his groove early. He's 5 for 5. He has 10 points. Nice. Rebraca gets stopped. Mahaffey with the block.
A nice pass and an excellent recovery by Mahaffey.
Pickett fired to Dredd. Dredd getting through the defense. Kick out 3. It's Funk getting the bounce and going through.
And you can see the cumulative effect of Pickett getting into the lane. Now Iowa understands that they want to try to take something away on that dribble drive. That allowed the kick out 3.
Murray strong to the basket, takes down Mahaffey in the process.
Funk very fortunate he didn't call for an offensive foul. Looked like he shoved that inside arm on Perkins coming off that screen.
Shot clock down to 5. This is Cameron Winter driving inside. Winter gets that
And Iowa defensively really concerned with trying to hug the three-point shooters, and that's creating those wide open driving angles.
Penn State doing a good amount of scoring in the paint as Perkins misses. Follow through doesn't go either for Sanford. Sanford now 0 for 17 shooting in Big Ten games.
He would have been better served to come down and then go up after he was able to gather himself. Get a little confidence.
Red leaves it for Pickett, who's 3 rims out. And Sanford able to handle that rebound for the Hawkeyes. Murray with some defense being played on him by Mahaffey. Murphy runs into a double team. The ball goes out of bounds. It will stay with Iowa.
Their game the other night, which you had the pleasure of doing. How about sharing the basketball? They had 30 assists in that ball game. That was a lot of fun to watch.
Most assists they had in a game in 30 years. Perkins in the paint and able to roll that one over.
And again, on a dead ball situation, just able to get something going. Perkins very fortunate there. He put the ball on the floor. I thought that might have given the defense a chance to recover, but he was still able to convert.
Pickett to the basket. And a foul is called as Mahaffey almost was able to connect on that dunk.
Nice job by Mahaffey of attacking with that little dive.
Some good minutes here early on for the freshman Mahaffey. What does that signal from Micah Shrewsbury?
I think that he likes what he brings on the defensive end of the floor, because his biggest impact coming into this ball game was on the defensive end of the floor. Remember, they looked like they were going to have an easy basket at the rim with Rabracha, but he was able to come over and eliminate it. You play hard on the defensive end, you're going to get minutes.
Sanford needs a three. That's not it, though, as Miles Dredd gets the rebound. Sanford is now in Big Ten play 0 for 18 from the field, 0 for 9 from 3.
And he didn't shoot that very confidently. You have to like the fact that he wants to continue to put it up there, but he might be well served to try to get to the foul line, just see the ball go through the basket. He's very, very good from the foul line, about 86%.
Shot clock at 7. Pickett saw Mahaffey with the defense pulling away from him underneath the basket.
Now you have to pick your poison, no pun intended, because Pickett has also showed he can score, but he's very efficient with the basketball, 8 assists per ball game, and leads the conference in assist-turnover ratio. Right now, I think they're more inclined, Iowa is, to try to make him a playmaker rather than a play finisher.
Nice pass there from Sanford, but a block from Mahaffey. We talked about him on the defensive end, a big play there. Jalen Johnson pulls back for the Penn State offense to catch up. Mahaffey making his presence felt, one of the big freshmen for Penn State this year in that top recruiting class that came in. He's had a good defensive showing here in this one against Iowa. Pickett peels away, working against another freshman, Josh Dix. Shot clock winding, turnaround jumper. Pickett can't get the bounce there as it hit off the front of the rim a little short.
Good job by the freshman Dix of not allowing him to turn the corner and forcing a difficult fadeaway.
McCaffrey draws Mahaffey now, throws it into traffic, and Pickett picks it. On the way toward the basket, Miles Dredd off the glass and through. Perkins, a nice move to the basket. Mahaffey again comes over to cause some disruption, although Mahaffey fouls that time. Third conference game for both of these teams. Iowa's lost their first 2, one in overtime to Wisconsin, that rough loss against Nebraska the other night. Penn State actually lost a home game here against Michigan State, a game they felt they should have won, before winning on the road at Illinois. Cameron Winter gets to the paint, pulls up and nails a jumper. 10-point lead for the Nittany Lions, their biggest. Connor McCaffrey for 3 off the feed from his brother Patrick, and Connor McCaffrey gets 3 back for the Hawkeyes.
Missed a game with a bad wrist, 36% from behind the arc. Also, we talked about Pickett and his ability to value the basketball. Connor McCaffrey also excellent in that area.
Missed the Eastern Illinois game, which was a bad loss for Iowa. Game where Eastern Illinois pulled off a ridiculous upset. Right around the defense, but the ball rolls away off the rim as Lundy couldn't get that one to go down. So that's old guy stuff.
Well, exactly right. That's why if I stayed up to midnight like you accuse me of, I'd still be sleeping.
There's the foul. Murray catch and shoot off the inbound. Almost threw that to Sean's lawn. Northwestern off to a pretty good start this year.
Oh, and defensively, they have been stellar. I mean, not just statistically within the conference, but nationally as well.
Certainly an important part of this Penn State team. One of the main parts, Seth Lundy.
Right now, if you're Iowa, you have to try to cut into this lead with Jalen Pickett on the bench for Penn State, trying to get a little bit of a rest.
Winter leaving it for Jameel Brown. Brown, though, gets blocked by Pat McCaffrey. That ball out of bounds, stays with Penn State. Only 4 on the shot clock. Brown gets it into Funk. He's going to have to hurry. Long 3 from Funk. It's good! He bakes it in!
We hope you are enjoying this BTN Student U production. Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Asante Brown, he gets it in, and right to the basket goes Chris Murray as Bowen gets it into Murray.
I mean, Iowa's ability to consistently score off special inbound situations is just so impressive.
Pickett now working against Desante Bowen.
He's going to back him down.
He certainly did. He couldn't get the basket, though. It bounced just a little bit off the mark. McCaffrey goes up over Pickett, but Pickett ends up with the rebound.
Good job by Pickett of walling up against the taller player, McCaffrey.
Penn State turns it over. They've been doing that more than usual today. It's Connor McCaffrey. This time he can't finish and saves it for Penn State. Funk feeds Winter. Winter leaves it off, layup for Pickett.
And that's where breaking down off the dribble has really hurt Iowa over the last 4 or 5 ball games. A great example there. Winter able to turn the corner, putting the Hawkeyes in a scramble situation defensively.
Pickett has 12 points. Penn State has turned it over 6 times today. They average only 8.8 per game, the fewest in the nation. Iowa, a team that also does not turn the ball over much. They've put up just 3 so far today. They average about 10 per game. Shot clock inside of 5. Finally, it's inside to Rebraca over Michael Henn with the bounce off the back.
They missed him initially.
Rebraca had a career-high 30 points in a game recently against Southeast Missouri State.
That's just too easy. That's just too easy to allow Pickett to get anywhere he wants to go on the floor.
He's at the line here already with 12 points today. And now 13. Pickett right at 80 entering today. Stepping back, gets a 3 on the way, and another miss from 3 for Iowa. Patrick McCaffrey that time. Iowa 1 for 7 behind the arc.
I like the set. I just think that McCaffrey was kind of fighting his feet and fading back on that 3 rather than having his base under him when he went up for the shot.
Funk working against McCaffrey off the left hand. Funk has 12. Penn State has its largest lead.
That's a tough shot from Funk. Got forced to his offer left hand and did not use the window. And Pickett now guarding Rebraca down there. They've got to get it to him.
Pickett thought he had all ball there as he knocked it loose from Rebraca. The foul gets called against Penn State.
Understanding the size mismatch and tough one for Pickett.
That's what he's saying.
This is not his area of strength, 58%.
It's that one though.
He's got dulcet tones. Sure.
Rebraca makes the second, now that you got it in his head.
Iowa trying to stem the tide and maybe disrupt some of the offensive flow for Penn State, extending the defense 3/4 court off the free throw.
Funk just pulls up and nails a 3. When you're hot, you're hot. And Andrew Funk has 4 threes in the first half. Murray had it knocked loose by Lundy, but kept it. Patrick McCaffrey rolls back, misses the jumper. Fighting for the rebound, Perkins. And it will be Penn State ball.
Very, very confident. Quick release. That's why you have to be there on the catch.
Funk coming from Bucknell. Look at that to Funk. It's easy for Penn State right now. Funk has 16.
And that's all set up because of his ability and his reputation, deservedly so, of knocking down a 3. They try to overplay. He takes advantage.
Mahaffey with the pick. Penn State rolling to the basket, but Mahaffey could not keep possession as Chris Murray held on to it defensively. It will be Iowa ball.
Now watch Funk. Once that foot hits the 3-point line, strong backdoor cut. Good nonverbal communication. And how about the pass from the freshman? Just a wonderful job off the bench on both ends of the floor from Mahaffey.
Mahaffey's done a very good job. Well, it's not really showing up in the stat sheet. The contributions that Mahaffey's given Penn State here in the first half. Showing up plenty for Funk and Pickett, though, here in the first half. They combined for 30 points. They've outscored Iowa by themselves. Final minute of this opening half. Three is on the way. Rims out for Aaron Eulis. Rebound for Lundy. State Farm halftime report coming up in just a moment or so. We'll break down this first half, which has belonged to the Nittany Lions, in full control over Iowa, as Pickett gets fouled by Connor McCaffrey. And now Jalen Pickett will be at the free throw line. 4 in a row from the field, while Iowa hasn't made anything in the last few minutes. Jalen Pickett reaching 700 career assists tonight. That's the most among active D1 players. Funk finally misses one. Rebound for Iowa as they push it ahead. This is Eulis. Almost lost it. Finds Perkins. Perkins with the floater. That doesn't go. And as Pickett rebounds, play is stopped as Dix is limping. Locked down to 5. Making his move, Cameron Winters sends it out. Miles Dredd 3. It's good! All Penn State in the first half. They are 7 of 11 from three-point range. And the Nittany Lions building an 18-point lead over Iowa. For Iowa, too, 1 for 8 from three-point range. A team that has averaged over 80 points per game to this point. Their offense has just disappeared.
Fouls number 3, Kevin
Jai called for that foul, his third. Patrick McCaffrey trying to wiggle his way inside to get a shot off. He's fouled. Patrick McCaffrey at the line. He and his brother Connor playing for their dad. Only other situation like that in the whole country is also in the Big Ten at Michigan. Juwan Howard and his 2 sons, Jace and Jet. There's a look at dear old dad in his 13th year as the head coach at Iowa. Recently won his 500th game. He came against Iowa State a few weeks ago.
And Micah Shrewsbury's son is going to come play for him in Happy Valley.
Yeah, that's Braden Shrewsbury, who's actually a top recruit in Penn State after their highest ranked recruiting class going into this year. They've got another pretty highly ranked class coming next year.
Be a tough Thanksgiving if you lost that recruiting battle.
In the corner, Lundy for 3. Lundy's been quiet today, missing that one. He's been shut out so far. He's 0 for 5 from the field.
Rabracha on a post up here on the freshman Jai. Good job by Pickett of kind of gapping and helping the freshman post defender.
Taking it inside, Murray leaves it off, and there's the lay-in for Rabracha plus the foul.
Kind of giving Penn State a little bit of their own medicine, but the Nittany Lions came out at the beginning of the ball game, attacking off the dribble. Iowa's done this to start here in the second stanza.
Iowa now 8 for 9 from the free throw line in this game. As Rabracha now has 9 points. Pickett sends it out. 3 coming from Winter. It's good. Penn State with their first 3 of the second half after making 6 in the first.
Really nice job by Pickett of getting in the lane, and then Winter with the pass en route did a wonderful job of getting his feet set, and Iowa continuing to attack. I like that.
Perkins goes to the side of the glass. Perkins seems like a nice little player.
He's tough. He's not going to be afraid.
Perkins wants to blossom into a leader for this Iowa team as Winter lost control on his way up. Eulis goes up to Murray, who got into a jump ball situation with Miles Dredd. Pickett draws a double team. Pass was tipped on its way to Lundy, but he takes it inside and scores. First basket for Seth Lundy tonight. Eulis almost lost it, now goes up with it and scores.
Continue to go inside if you're Iowa. That's the good news to start this half, but you have to lock things down on this end of the floor. They got a deflection, just weren't able to corral it, and Penn State made them pay last time.
Still time for Iowa, a team that's only made 1 3 in this game. Bounce pass for Lundy, tried to go with his back to the basket toward it, but Murray got a piece. Now Perkins looking for Murray, has that tipped away, and Winter comes away with it for Penn State. Funk had a huge first half with 16 points, touched the ball there for a moment. Now Lundy just tosses the three and makes it. Seth Lundy quiet in the first half, but roaring here in the second half. He scored the last 5. Perkins under the basket off the feed from Rebraca.
Nice job by Rebraca, Wayne, of turning and facing the double team. He didn't turn his back to the floor, dropped that inside foot for the inside pivot. That allowed him to see his teammate wide open. Good job by Rebraca of not panicking on the double.
Perkins has 11. That leads the way for Iowa. A 17-point game earlier this year against Wisconsin.
Good job by Rebraca there, keeping Pickett in front.
Shot clock at 5. Pickett against a double team. Out to Winter. Hand in his face. Misses the shot. Perkins gets the long rebound. Way up ahead to McCaffrey. McCaffrey finds Murray cutting to the basket. Contact underneath. And a block is called against Penn State. As Murray sits right now with 10 points. Makes it 11 there. Should be noted Iowa's 4-0 this year when Murray makes it to 20 or more. He hasn't really taken this game over in ways that we've seen before this year. Had a crazy game against Georgia Tech where he posted 31 points and 20 rebounds. We saw Penn State have a bit of a smaller lineup for the last few minutes, but now Mahaffey comes in. And he draws a foul as Perkins reached in. Still time to get it right, but this is a tough conference.
Yeah, Penn State got everyone's attention when they went into Champaign coming off that Michigan State loss and really set the tone.
They sure did. That's a missed 3. Miles Dredd. Ulis gets to the free throw line, gives it off to McCaffrey. Penn State's head coach Micah Shrewsbury believing that protecting the home court is important and will get them into the NCAA tournament if they can do it. They didn't do it though against Michigan State. They really had to fight back to get even with that win against Illinois. Wild shot there by Ulis. Lundy scoreless in the first half, has 5 points here in the second. Has that pass tipped away, but he saves it to Mahaffey, who gets fouled by Connor McCaffrey.
That's the way the world is now.
That's nothing. Some guys are near 7.
Yeah.
There's a 3 from Funk.
Push off. Yep.
Mahaffey pushed off. Pretty clear to see.
Couldn't wait to get me out of there. They wanted to cut it from 4 to like 2. Boy, Lundy doing a really good job of locking in defensively on Perkins there.
Penn State's defense is held up today against Iowa. Murray working against Pickett. Shot clock at 5. Murray trying to make it happen, gives it to Perkins. Shot clock winding. Long 3 falls short. Good job by Murray to cut in for the offensive rebound. Now it's Pat McCaffrey. His 3 good.
A nice job by Murray. He rebounded out of his area. He was on the right side of the floor, Wayne. Saw that that shot was going to be short. Didn't give up on the play. Able to run it down on the near corner here and then kick it out to McCaffrey.
Mahaffey goes all the way to the basket and lays it down. Mahaffey saw the zone, rolled right through all the way to the hoop. Murray for 3. That's a big shot for Iowa. Down by 18 at half. They've already cut it down to 9.
How about the job Murray did of getting his feet set when that pass was en route? If he has to bend and doesn't catch it in an athletic position, chances are that closeout's going to get there in time.
Iowa made 1 3 in the first half, already 2 this half. Mahaffey probably could have gone to the basket there. Instead sets up Funk as Andrew Funk hits his 5th 3 of the day.
And that's how you get more playing time if you're Mahaffey in this regard. He showed it on the defensive end of the floor. Would you rather have Mahaffey shoot a tough mid-range jump shot or kick it out to a guy who knocks down 42% from behind the arc? Unselfish play by the freshman.
Funk has 19 points. His season high is 22, came in the opener against Winthrop. Ulis jumper, way off, did not hit the rim. Doesn't matter now as Miles Dredd grabs it for Penn State. Pickett backs his way in against Perkins. Easy bucket for Jalen Pickett.
You mentioned it. It was 9 points, 2 possessions. It's now 14.
Sanford just cannot buy a basket in Big Ten play.
He's aiming the ball, Wayne. It's not coming off his hand clearly. He's an outstanding jump shooter. It's just not coming off his hand clearly, and he's almost hoping it goes in rather than shooting it.
No hoping for Pickett. He knows it's going in right now. Pickett has 18, 7 points right back for Penn State. As soon as Iowa cut it to 9, the Nittany Lions have rolled it right back to 16. Penn State. This is Murray for 3. He's hit a couple now.
You can hear Coach Michael Shrewsbury saying spread the floor and attack off the dribble.
Pickett finds Mahaffey. Mahaffey with the wiggle around. Almost got that one around Euless. Perkins trying to blow by Mahaffey. Instead kicks it out. Crowd wanted to travel.
They got, you know what? They missed Rebracha on the post up. I mean, he's knocked down Murray's knocked down a couple of shots, but boy, on that roll to the rim, they had Rebracha.
Murray had hit a couple of threes here in the second half. Missed that one short. Rebracha has not been as impactful. His teammates not exactly looking his way. Cameron Winter hits the jumper as he was moving toward the rim. Murray driving against Mahaffey, rolls it through.
You just got to load the wagon right now on the offensive end of the floor and let Murray go to work. I mean, he's such an unselfish player. This is going to be a situation, Wayne, where I think he has to kind of go out of his comfort zone and really be selfish.
It's 20 points now for Murray, and they've come in bunches here in the second half. Murray has reached 20 points for the 5th time this year. Iowa won the other 4 times. Got a lot more work to do today, down by 13 against Penn State on the road. Pickett bouncing off Connor McCaffrey, turnaround jumper. They seem to fall every single time when Jalen Pickett has his way to the basket, making that turnaround shot. He has 20 points too.
Good job by Winter moving his feet.
Murray got loose and makes a 3. 23 for Murray.
At the top of the list for me, you wouldn't know that he's either up 15 or down 15. He just keeps playing.
Now Pickett is too. Pickett gets it right back from Michael Henn. There's another jumper. That one a little bit too strong. And Perkins rebounds for Iowa. Quickly ahead, Desante Bowen to the basket. And a foul is called against Pickett underneath. 6 already in the second half against Penn State. So Iowa will be at the line from here. Meanwhile, it's Bowen, the freshman, at the free throw line, making the first. I should mention that Iowa's without Josh Ogundele today. Ogundele, a bench piece for Iowa, who played with Bowen for a year when they were in prep school. Bowen makes both of those free throws. A 10-point game, so again, Iowa's close. Working around to the corner, it's Funk missing the 3. Murray battles with Henn for the rebound. And foul's going to be called here on Henn. Here's Chris Murray at the line, 81%. He misses that free throw. McCaffrey trying to rebound, had it knock off him and out of bounds. So will be Penn State ball. McCaffrey thought he was fouled. So a rare miss from Murray results in Iowa not getting any points with that possession. Pickett feeds Lundy, a 3 with the defense coming. And Lundy will go to the free throw line as Chris Murray will be called for that foul.
He's going to claim that there was a flop. Yep, I tell you what.
Now it's Seth Lundy at the free throw line. Lundy has scored in double figures in every game but one this year. He's only had 5 points in this one, all in this second half. And that one drops as well for Lundy.
When the folks at home may be saying, hey, how can an offensive guy flop? If you go back, way back, showing my age again, Reggie Miller was the king of that, right? When a guy would come out there on a three-point offering, he would kick his leg out to try to draw contact, and that's what officials have been told to look for on the offensive end, is an offensive player trying to draw the attention of the official by sticking that leg out and initiating the contact.
Very annoying to watch Reggie Miller as a young Bulls fan, I can tell you that.
Good job by Dredda moving his feet, and an excellent curl cut. Wow, that was a nice set by the Iowa Hawkeyes. Moving without the basketball, here's a great example. Comes from up top, keeps his eye on the rim, takes the contact, the chance for an and one. Excellent execution in the half court by Iowa.
Murray has really taken control here in the second half. He now has 25 points, but a couple of missed free throws. Murray's career high 31 came in that game earlier this year against Georgia Tech. He's really single-handedly kept Iowa within striking distance here. Pickett working against Rebraca. He'll go to the line. Jalen Pickett makes the first free throw.
Well, they get a lot of experience, and they also get an opportunity to play and put some production up there, and there's a big difference, Wayne, between being a 20-year-old guy that's maybe getting his first playing time as a junior and somebody coming into a program, even though it might be at a quote-unquote lower level, that's had the time to play college basketball and understanding the pace and the space.
It's been interesting to see that more and more as players transfer more and more, that these guys come from mid-major schools to these bigger conferences and bigger schools, bigger programs, and they are the best players on those teams. This is Winter stepping back with the long jumper that misses. Rebound grabbed by Iowa, Tony Perkins.
Boy, how about the excellent recovery defensively by Penn State there.
Oh, Chris Murray for Iowa here in the second half. Rebraca trying to tip it in, and then he fights for the offensive rebound to get those 2 points.
Nice job by Rebraca. He wasn't able to corral the first one, but he kind of tipped it to himself, kept it alive. Nice job.
Rebraca trying to get going. He has 11. Iowa has done well with offensive rebounds, and Rebraca, one of the best in the country at doing that. Averages about 3.5 offensive rebounds per game. Shot clock at 8 for Mahaffey. Gets a screen, spins to the basket with the left hand, lays it in.
How about the confidence with which he's playing now? And the offensive confidence came as a result of what he was able to provide on the defensive end to start this ball game.
Connor McCaffrey called for it. Missed the three, though. Just rolled right out. It was about halfway down, too, but a missed shot from Connor McCaffrey. Penn State, big lead with the ball. Pickett draws the double team, goes up with the shot anyway. Mahaffey, the offensive rebound. Nearly turned it over, and a foul will be called against Iowa. Chris Murray has led all scorers with 25 for the Hawkeyes, but
Iowa, a little bit of a different look here, a little bit of a matchup situation.
Pickett against Rebraca, shot clock at 5. Pickett fades away along the baseline, misses the jumper, and the rebound for Murray. Perkins with speed to the basket is fouled.
Nice job by Perkins.
In the bonus now, but Iowa could be in the double bonus with the next Penn State foul. There's number 9 on the Nittany Lions here in the second half. Another missed free throw by the Hawkeyes. We've seen a few of those here in the second half. Perkins that time makes the second.
Mahaffey bringing it up. I mean, you can see literally the confidence rising in this young man.
Brought it up a couple times today. The Cincinnati native, true freshman. He's had a very, almost you could say, a breakout type game. The way that he's played on the defensive end especially. Shot clock inside to 5 again. Pickett fades back, his jumper good. Jalen Pickett with a pretty shot.
Smart. Just continue. Look, there's 5 minutes to go.
He has 24 points, most he's had in a game for Penn State, as Perkins makes that first free throw.
Understands time, space, able to get it off with about a second to go, and pretty good job defensively there by McCaffrey. Just a better offensive execution. Oh, that's a dangerous pass. Nice job.
Sure was. Tip to Perkins, who goes to Murray, who hits it off of Pickett out of bounds. He will stay with Iowa.
On an out-of-bounds situation here, they're going to try to go back to him. Yep.
Murray's been hot in the second half. That continues. 27, a game high.
It's a pretty simple game. I mean, and I just like the fact that Iowa has found something that has worked for them, and they haven't outthought themselves, right? Just continue to go until the opposition stops it.
They have fed Murray well here in the second half. Penn State's been taking the shot clock all the way down on their last few possessions. This time at 8, goes inside, and the attack for Winter works with the layup off the glass.
Understanding the mismatch he had defensively with Rebraca.
Quick shot from Rebraca. He goes straight to the rack. Penn State is led by double digits for most of this second half. They're up by 18 at halftime. Funk fires it down low. That's Lundy going high off the glass. Can't get it. Rebound Rebraca, and a big possession here for Iowa. Trying to make it a single-digit game again. McCaffrey for 3. Iowa's within 7. Connor McCaffrey drills the 3.
The next foul will put Penn State in the bonus here. So they have to be cognizant of that as well. Just continue to attack off the dribble and force Iowa to kind of show their hand defensively.
5 threes for Iowa here in the second half. They've taken an 18-point halftime deficit. They've made it 7. Now they need to stop on defense. Surrounding Pickett. Pickett with a bounce feed inside. Layup is good for Miles Dredd.
Head up, and then the excellent use of the bounce pass to Dredd.
Dredd limping back to the defensive side. Murray from the top. His 3's off the mark. Rebound easy for Lundy. And a timeout on the floor. Last year, these two teams played a double overtime game here at the Bryce Jordan Center, which Penn State won. Lundy had a big day that day with 17 points and 11 rebounds. Tonight, it's been Jalen Pickett leading the way for Penn State. Pickett's got 24 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. Penn State has basically led throughout, but Iowa has not gone away. Shot clock at 5. Mahaffey's going to make a move. Kicks it out. Funk for 3. Left it short. Rebound fought for and grabbed by Iowa. Perkins with his eyes up. Out to Ulis, a big 3. Off the mark. Murray.
Yeah, they got Mahaffey.
Fouled by Mahaffey.
The shot came from the right, kind of short wing over there.
Well below his season average. He does make the second. It's an 8-point game. Inbound to Pickett. Double team crowding him. Cameron Winter able to get it up the floor. A little bit high, but Miles Dredd handled it. Now Dredd goes down and travels. We saw Dredd limping earlier and now being helped toward the bench. Possession here for Iowa, down by 8. Perkins drives it to the paint, kicks it out. McCaffrey takes it all the way inside, gets 2, puts the foul. The Hawkeyes within 6. McCaffrey has made 19 free throws in a row. And he misses that one. There was seemingly a lane violation there. It threw off McCaffrey's shot, but it wasn't called.
Yeah,
now a foul is called against Iowa. McCaffrey can't believe there was no lane violation there.
I mean, there was a lane violation by both teams. Oh yeah, that's clearly a lane violation.
One in the bonus here. The Lions trying to win their 5th straight game, would be their longest winning streak in 3 years. Second free throw doesn't go for Funk. Now the Hawkeyes back to work on offense. Perkins takes it right to the basket. Perkins now for 3. It's good for Perkins. Mayfield got it right back to Pickett, who finds Lundy. Lundy now facing a double team. And finally, a timeout is called by Penn State. Funk against Bowen here. Funk trying to drive his way inside. A little bit out of control as he went up with that shot. And Murray gets a rebound for Iowa. About a minute to go. Hawkeyes down by 4. Murray thought about the 3. Steps away. Now the 3. A little bit short. Murray follows it in. Gets his own rebound. Goes up for 2 off the glass. And there's 30 for Chris Murray to make it a 2-point game. Cameron Winter will bring it up for the Nittany Lions. Iowa on a 13-3 run.
And Winter, an outstanding foul shooter, north of 90%.
Pickett a pretty good free throw shooter as well as he works against McCaffrey. Shot clock at 10. Pickett trying to take it down low. Pickett into the paint. And a reach in. A foul. McCaffrey will be called for.
Did a really good job of walling up. There's no question what Pickett's trying to do. Then he bails him out right there with that little bit of a reach.
And Pickett drowns the first.
By Penn State. Look who's back on the floor for the defensive end of the floor. Mahaffey's back in there, so they don't have to necessarily worry about him getting fouled.
4-point game. Iowa has 2 timeouts. It's Perkins out to Murray. 3 for Murray in the corner. That's off the mark. Rebound is loose. Still loose. Picked up by Bowen. He goes up around Mahaffey. Murray tips it in for the Hawkeyes. Funk gets it into Pickett. Pickett to Funk. Ulis fouls Funk. Funk with a big miss. Iowa ball, a 2-point game, 10 seconds left. Iowa planning for the final shot of the second half. Perkins lost it. Lundy gets the steal. Lundy is fouled, and Seth Lundy goes to work. One of the best defenders in the Big Ten picks a pocket in the final seconds.
He understands exactly what Iowa's trying to do, and he hops the gap and comes in there strong with 2 hands. He knows they wanted to kick it back to Murray, but he comes with that inside hand, really active play.
3 seconds left. Iowa has 1 timeout. Lundy will get 2. He makes the first. Penn State leads by 3. Seth Lundy at the line, his second free throw. It's good. It's a 4-point lead for the Nittany Lions. Long pass from McCaffrey, off the hand of Murray. Bowen saves it. Final second shot, off the mark from Patrick McCaffrey, and Penn State survives a second half surge from Iowa.